Hey guys, this is Joshua Tower from a 369. Today I'm going to go over 7 different individual cook sets that I use in different camping setups. All of them have different levels of capabilities. We're going to go over each one individually next. Well, this is my deluxe cooking kit all laid out. I'm going to start over here. This is my version of freezer bag cooking. Go to freezer bag cooking on YouTube. I just use Reflectix for my bag. This is my version of Tinny at Mini Bowl Designs origami oven. Go to Mini Bowl Design on YouTube for that. This is a 3-piece titanium Snow Peak titanium cook set with a 6-inch frying pan and 2 pots to go with it. This is a 2-quart aluminum pot that I've removed the handle. I'm going to put 2 wooden knobs, one on each end, and replace the top knob with a wooden one. It's lighter than the plastic. It's got a locking lid with a built-in strainer, and I made it a Reflectix Pot Cozy. This is a sill mat for cutting stuff on, 2 stainless steel kebab skewers, pair of stainless steel locking tongs. This is a strainer made out of a Shiba cat food can, used for making coffee. This is my version of the Graham Weenie Kitchen that Tinny at Mini Bowl Design makes. Once again, go to Mini Bowl Design on YouTube for the designs on that. This is my version of the Heine pot. It's blackened on the bottom, polished all the way up through, 3 rounds of fiberglass wick. This is my Light My Fire spork with the locking lid for the Graham Weenie set. Eventually I am going to replace this coffee strainer with the percolator that NC Hiker 1970 on YouTube makes. This Lifesavers Pop Top, that's Hiram Cook's idea. I have my windscreen, and then we get into the stoves. I have 4 stoves because I can cook 4 different things all at the same time with this set. We have a Super Cat. We have my version of a white box style stove made out of an Axe cologne spray can. This is my version of Tinny at Mini Bowl Designs Elite 2 stove. And this is actually one of Tinny's stoves. This is a Blackfly 4. I can't replicate that with the tools that I have, so I just bought one. And that's why I have the extra water bottle for the cooling jacket, and also the pegs for the pot stand and extra wicks in this baggie. Now behind the pots here, I have an Outdoor Research kitchen for 2. I have everything in there from spices to a spatula, a thing of olive oil. With this whole kit, you're talking about a weight in the area of about 3 to 3 1/3 pounds. But if you consider that you can cook 4 things all at the same time and cook for anywhere from 2 to 6, maybe 8, if you're doing well, people, I'll carry the weight if I'm going out. Okay, next set is the backup to this set that's carried in my wife's pack. This is the kit all laid out in my wife's 1 week to 1 month pack. We have your basic Boy Scout sandwiching camp set. We have my version anyway, of the Graham Weenie Kitchen with a Reflectix Pot Cozy. My version of the Heine pot, blackened on the bottom, polished all the way up with some fiberglass rope as the handle. There's a hardware cloth pot stand, a little bit of aluminum foil worked into it as a windscreen. And this right here is my version of Tinny at Mini Bowl Designs Gnome stove. Then we have a baggie with the lock ring for the Graham Weenie Kitchen and the Light My Fire spork. This, like the previous setup, is meant for a little bit longer term, a little bit more durability and usability. The next couple sets that I'm going to get into are more for lightweight. Alright, this is the kitchen in my wife's ultralight pack. This is a Crazy Kitchen pot by Tinny at Mini Bowl Design, along with the pot stand that he produced. However, the rest of the crazy kitchen I cut out myself, including the lock ring and the spoon that, yeah, I cut it down and I drilled holes in the handle and I went nuts on the weight factor. There's my version of a choke hazard stove, and there's my windscreen. This is in my wife's ultralight pack, and we're going to do my ultralight pack setup next. This is the cooking setup found in my ultralight pack, which is my version of Tiniot Mini Bull Designs QMH kitchen. I made the cut down pot, blackened the bottom, polished up the sides, put the silicone lip guard on there myself, wrapped it a couple times for a handle with fiberglass wick, made the whole little pot cozy and 2-cup container with a lock lid, made the spoon the same way I did my wife's, drilled out the handle a little bit. There's my windscreen rolled up, my version of the choke hazard stove, and a pot stand for it. That's my ultralight setup. Next is a version of this ultralight setup that's actually half the size that I made. I'll show it to you next. Hey guys, this is what I call my micro set. It's a 1-cup pop-top Ziploc container with a Reflectix pot cozy, and there's a spork there cut short on the handle that I just got from like Wendy's, I think it was. This pot is actually made from a 24-ounce beer can. The tall boy types that are taller but thinner than the Heineken or Foster's cans. I just cut that down, sandwiched it. This is a special tea-light stove, pot stand, and windscreen all built in together. Let me put it to you this way. I can boil 4 ounces or a half a cup of water pretty easily on about 1/4 of an ounce of denatured alcohol or heat. The fuel economy is pretty good. If you're just making yourself a little bit of oatmeal, a little bit of soup, a little bit of coffee, there are a couple things that you can make with just a half a cup of water. The next set that I'm going to show is the one that I carry on my long hike bags, where I intend to not be out for more than just daylight time, but where I may get stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, this is the cook set for my day hike bag. This is a newer version of the Nalgene bottle that doesn't release, I believe it's called BPAs, into your water. I use that with a pot cozy as my simmer pot. There's a 12-ounce Heineken can made into a Heine pot, mini Heine pot, with a my version of a choke hazard stove, a pot stand made out of hardware cloth, and behind the pot is a windscreen made out of aluminum foil. The last cook set I'm going to show here is going to be the one that I carry with my LC harness. This is the last of my cook sets, the good old-fashioned military cook set. You can see that I have the wood stove pot stand still as part of the set. Got my basic Esbit stove with 5 actually Esbit tabs, and I have a stainless steel Starlight stove. Also in this pouch right here is my version of a choke hazard stove. Hope you guys enjoyed this, looking into what I use for my various cook sets for various applications. Peace.